Hey guys, this is Anon with a one-off video of the AT-15A, the British tank destroyer. This is actually the second premium tank I ever bought way back in the day, before its recent buff that finally kind of turned it into a good tank. It was always okay, but getting that hit point increase made it so much more competitive because it just has this rapid fire, fantastic DPM gun. With solid gun depression and all the tools you want out of a fantastic gun, except for just on a really slow profile. So originally my stats in it were pretty awful, so I played it here and there to improve it a little bit, but really I just roll it out every once in a while now. It's a pretty rare thing. Like today, the only reason I was driving it was an anniversary mission, so I figure a premium tank with double the credits has got to be pretty good, so might as well roll it out. So honestly, the biggest reason for this video is it's going to spur kind of a new clutch series I'm getting ready to start, where I revisit and bring in some new videos that have some really clutch moments at the end and winning in some tough situations, and kind of look at it in a new light to try and help in that situation, because it's something I get requests for quite a bit. So now we'll pay more attention to this battle and kind of go from there. So my team is obviously super spread out here on Canal, like some challenging teams do. So I'm working my way to the left, mostly because I want to be able to use this hill as cover. The AT-15 has really nice gun depression, so even though it has the really large weak spot in its cupola, you can kind of roll back and forth on hills and make it much stronger than it necessarily is. I'm starting to get a lot of spots on the red team, and they're set up mostly in town here, so I'm trying to get rid of some of the big guns while also keeping an eye on kind of my flank to the left. I can see a couple tanks there, so if they push towards me, it's going to be a bigger concern. But you can see just the great gun that this thing is. I mean, obviously not a lot of high alpha, but it shoots so fast. It has really nice penetration, so it can do a good job. Take a shot there and nothing spotted, so I want to roll back, and that's where you get some of the iffy teammates sometimes that aren't going to let you retreat, which obviously is kind of 101 when you're working with somebody there. But since my team is able to get the spots on the tanks that were shooting at us, I can roll back up now that my camo's been reset, and I'm just working on kind of the biggest guns down. The IS has a really large gun, so he could be a problem later, so I'm working on that. When he runs away, the KV-1S presents itself. And still, like I said, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on where all the tanks at. You can see the great rate of fire that lets me keep a tank permatracked, and he doesn't really know where I am, which is pretty fantastic too. But my team is really all over it. I can see, based on the mini-map, whatever tank is to my right is sitting in the open. I can just tell from experience that's where that is. The SU is the only one kind of across the valley, so it's impossible to help him. He's pretty much on his own, so I'm just kind of hoping he can take one of these tanks out, but unfortunately dies. So at this point, being the tank with the highest hit points left, I'm really just trying to conserve and also keep myself in a defensible situation, because I feel like based on the low health and the way my team has been playing, there's a good chance I'm going to have a 1v situation coming at the end. So just waiting for the enemy to start making mistakes, which the T-34 gets greedy, and he has a lot of hit points left, so luckily my Tiger is able to spot him, but unfortunately he's all but committing suicide here because he's rolled up right into the middle and put himself in kind of a crossfire, so there's not really anything you can do to help him. Once this happens, again, I'm just kind of hoping that one of them rolls out, but I'm starting to be a little concerned by I don't remember if it's a Jumbo or an Easy 8 to my left, but he is something that could get behind me, and being where I am on the map, if he fully got behind me, I don't have anything to scrape him off with, and he could get me in kind of a full circle situation. This just doesn't have very strong traverse speed, so that's why I go ahead and back up, because I'm worried about the Jumbo, and unfortunately my teammate also suicides, so it just seems to be the theme. And now I am in that 1 versus 4 situation. So I'm headed this direction partially because if the Jumbo lets me spot him, I can turn and get some shots in, but otherwise I need to get kind of to the edge of the map, because with 4 tanks left, if something gets behind me, it's going to be really hard to shake them off without the edge of a map or a building or a dead tank or something to kind of scrape them off with. So that's why I have a pretty good idea that they're all going to be coming over the hill besides that Jumbo at this point, so I'm going to back up and try and keep my good frontal armor where it needs to be. They're shooting for my tracks, which is a good idea. Luckily, I have 2 repair kits, and I know at this point the jumbo is going to get behind me, but the biggest guns are probably what's going to be in front. So I've got enough hit points now that I need to try and focus on those tanks first, and so that's what I do. So going right at the IS, because if he gets behind me, and they have 2 blocking me, that's going to be pretty much goodbye. So that's why I go ahead and circle, because the IS just cannot be behind me and give me a chance to win. Unfortunately, what I thought would happen is happening. I'm losing quite a few hit points in the process, but that T-34 is getting a lot of bounces because I'm pretty hard to pin for him. And that's a beautiful shot. I'm not really sure how that happened. It went in perfectly, but suddenly things have changed because this KV-3 is going to propel me and give me some defense. But he has to die quickly because I'm now a 2-shot for this jumbo. So I'm swinging around and now start backing up, even though I'm showing my side, because I'm aiming for that KV-3. I need him to be able to brush me off. But luckily he runs into him instead, so I don't even have to use him to brush off, and now he's in big trouble because I'm a 2-shot if they go clean, and I'm able to pull it out. So it's just a lot of map awareness there at the end. I needed to get in a position in the map that would give me a chance with this turreted TD, and then using corpses of tanks is just as good as a building or anything else to be able to brush it off. Great credit earning on that anniversary mission. And so a really nice video kind of moving forward. Again, little plug, if you like that video, be sure to follow on YouTube and on Twitch, where we're streaming every 2 or 3 nights.